So they live in the same town, and we wouldn't know that young Pete's son would go trick-or-treating, except that your aunt had a story for you.
Yes, she called me and said, do you know a Peter Schwartz? Right away, my antennas went up and said, excuse me? Yes, I do. And told me that young Peter Schwartz's son, as dating back to getting baseballs and footballs like Floyd Mayweather, did in fact go to her house on Halloween, and they had just done a little work to their stoop, and
Okay.
had put up caution tape.
That's their kind of front porch area.
Right, their front porch area had caution tape. Now, you might think on Halloween that caution tape also could be some kind of decoration.
Yeah, it's like when you put out a tombstone or something like that on Halloween.
Coincidentally, it was not a decoration. So instead of just receiving the candy when young Mr. Schwartz went to the door and saying, thank you so much for my Snickers, I'll move on to the next house now,
Yeah.
he proceeded to strike up a conversation with this woman he did not know, saying, not for nothing, lady, you have a nice house here, but I don't like this decoration at all.
Now, wait a second. So Pete's son says, I don't like your decoration to the lady who's giving him candy, which happens to be your aunt?
Yes. And she laughs at first because she looks down like, who is this little kid telling me she doesn't like my decoration? So she engages and said, well, that's not a decoration. I had to have work done to my stoop. My husband just took care of it, which would be my uncle. And he proceeds back for whatever reason.
Didn't he say my dad wouldn't like this?
This would be he goes, well, I'm just telling you, my dad wouldn't like this. And she said, well, where's your dad?
My dad wouldn't like your Halloween decorations?
Right. So his response is, well, my dad's a big shot. He works over at WFAN in New York. And for no reason, just blurts out that his dad's a big shot and wouldn't like this decoration. And my aunt, of all the odds, goes, oh, really? Well, I know somebody that works there. Says my name, in which case he goes, oh, I know him. I've been to his block parties and stuff. Which then he eventually leaves, tail between his legs. As this conversation got nowhere, she picks up the phone immediately and calls
Because he
me.
says, my dad is Peter Schwartz.
Right. Oh, yeah, and that's right. Tells him name. Says the name. So
my dad's a big shot, Peter Schwartz.
Right. Says my dad's a big shot, and he wouldn't approve of your decoration either.
He uses the words big shot?
Big shot. That's the only reason my aunt called me. She's like, big shot? Is this your boss or something? She asked me. Asked me, is Pete...
Big shot. So Pete's son tells your aunt on Halloween, my dad wouldn't like your decorations. He's a big shot. His name is Peter Schwartz. You should know him.
Yes. Should know who my dad is. He's a radio star. He's a big shot. My aunt here's big shot thinks she just had an encounter with my boss's son.
Or somebody who actually is a big shot.
Right. Turns out he should have
Maybe Boomer Esiason.
Right.
Maybe Jim Rome.
But long story long, she goes, is this kid always this rude when he comes to places? Because he said he came to my block party.
Now, wait a second. Didn't we just play a clip where Pete said his kids are incredibly polite? They always do things the right way. Good things happen to good people. Isn't that what he said, that they're always so polite? Wasn't that the main thing? They're always so polite.
Very, very respectful.
They're really respectful.
Yeah. I mean, and that's how they get all these baseballs and everything.
And yet, somebody who's so respectful would go up to somebody's house on Halloween that's giving free candy away and say, I don't like your Halloween decorations, and my dad's a big shot, and he wouldn't like them either. Does that seem respectful?
No, in fact, it would seem like he thinks it's okay because his dad's a big shot.
Seems very disrespectful to me.
Yeah, I mean, I know the person who was on the other end of this definitely felt it was disrespectful, and I mean, laughed about it because it was a child, but still said, what kind of kid would say this to
Was
someone?
your aunt bothered? Was she annoyed?
Well, no, she wasn't annoyed because she, you deal with, quite frankly, brats all day, and I'm sure there were a few more brats that came to the door.
Yeah.
Does everything by the rules. He's polite.
Polite and respectful.
Hey, lady, I don't like your decoration.
That's interesting. That doesn't seem to be polite and respectful.
Not to me. No, certainly not.
Well, maybe
Very,
they have
very respectful.
maybe they have different rules. Because he does say does things by the rule. Maybe the Schwartz rules are different. Maybe if you think someone's house looks like crap, you can tell
You
him
just
that.
tell him that. You have to tell him that.
At least he has a career at HGTV ahead of him.
Yeah,
Big
just
shot dad could help him get the job.
Very, very respectful.
Right, and polite. We know that about the Schwartz kids.
Does everything by the rules. He's polite.
Well, I mean, outside of calling strangers' houses ugly and then demanding free candy from them and then saying that his dad is a hot shot, a big shot, and that he wouldn't like your decorations either. Other than that, they're totally respectful and totally polite.
Very, very respectful.
Get another sneaker.
We did have a conversation about this, and whether or not it was airworthy. And I still stand with the fact that the universe put this in our lap. Because he could have done that to any random woman.
He told the wrong woman.
Yeah.
He told the wrong woman she didn't have the proper stoop decorations on Halloween.
We were supposed to know this.
Mraz's aunt
Yeah.
accosted by a little band of tweens telling her that her decorations were no good and their dad was a hot shot.
But he'll get 10 more foul balls on Ducks opening day.
Well, he's polite and respectful. That's how it happens.
Very, very respectful.